All right, guys. I hope everybody's having had a good spring break and stayed safe during the weather we just had. But I wanted to get back out there, make sure that I was getting in touch with everybody, making sure that everybody knew what was going on. So I went ahead and released this next packet so everybody could see it. Of course, it's week 4 and 5 U.S. history learning packet. Now, once you click on the assignment, it tells you again week 4 and week 5, and the overview and a couple of things have changed since the last time we've talked, and we'll hopefully hit on all those as we go. Just go ahead and hit this, that if you feel free to contact me, if any questions, any concerns, email me at my joshua.coffee@lamar.k12.ga.us. Also ask any questions that you have throughout the Google Classroom platform. Now, with school closing, and for the rest of the semester, and then the superintendent issuing a couple of things, a very important statement that all work assigned after March 13th can only positively affect your grade. What does that mean? That means from everything before March 13th, March 12th and so on, March 13th and before, that is your current grade in this class. Okay, and hopefully we'll have all that updated by the end of this week. But any assignment that has been given after March 13th, while we've been on this extended time away from physically being in the school, it can only be counted as extra credit. So what I've done is decided that I wanted to make sure that everybody had the opportunity to learn the specific information that was required by the state of Georgia. So that's kind of the outline we're going to go from here on out, is I'm going to make sure that you have an assignment over each of the standards, because they pretty much go in chronological order. And I want to give you something to read and then something to produce based off of that, so that you have a way to access the information that was, of course, required by the state for you to be taught. So it's important to note that this cannot change. This is a statement issued by the superintendent. So what I've done is I've provided you a list for weeks 1 through 3, a list of assignments that count as extra credit. Your Unit 3 study guide, your Unit 3 trifold, Unit 3 Gilded Age creative quiz, your Unit 2 study guide, and your Unit 2 Civil War and Reconstruction project. All of those assignments will be considered extra credit. Now, we assigned the Unit 2 Civil War and Reconstruction project before we left, but we were still working on it. So that was something that, because of the biggest issue about getting assignments turned in being the biggest problem, and just because of the infrastructure or lack of infrastructure that necessarily we have in our county, decided to just go ahead and make that an extra credit assignment as well, which can only positively affect your grade. These assignments cannot negatively affect your grade. Now, when it comes to the weeks 4 through 5, we received some information saying that we wanted to try to start doing this every 2 weeks. And of course, so we're in week 4 and 5, and I've provided 3 assignments: Great Depression, New Deal, and of course, World War II. Now, your first assignment is just a graphic organizer, and what I've begun to do is include learning targets in each of your assignments. These are aimed at you learning specific information about the Great Depression. And of course, you have 3 learning targets, and all you're going to do is you're just going to complete this graphic organizer over the Great Depression. So if you look here, the first learning target, describe the causes, including overproduction, underconsumption, and the stock market speculation that led to the stock market crash of 1929 and the Great Depression. Well, the first learning target I see under the Great Depression is just that. So I'm going to pull out at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 facts, 9 important details about that I feel are important to understand, and I'm going to include them in this chart right here. I'm going to do the same thing for each learning target. This gives us a great outline over the Great Depression and the information that we need to know. Now, the second assignment, which is over the New Deal, the first thing you're going to do is you're just going to read and you're going to answer the questions associated with the content. So, for example, here, I'm going to read the New Deal, answer these questions. I see more learning targets. I'm first going to read. Here's the questions. I'm going to answer these questions. I'm going to answer all the questions that are associated with this reading. That's the first part. Now, part number two is that, and that's kind of step two, is I'm going to write a summary over each of the learning targets. There are 4 total, so you should have a summary for each. And the length will vary. I just want you to be able to read something, comprehend something, and then putting it in your own words. That gives you a better opportunity to learn the information. So you see here, of course, we have sections for you to write summaries. If you can print these off, great. If you have to write these on your own piece of paper, great. Again, the easiest way to turn these in is going to be taking uploading them if you have that opportunity, taking a picture of them on your phone and sending them to me. Those are going to, and again, all this can be typed if you'd like it to be typed, does not matter. And then finally, over the United States in World War II, you were creating what is known as a 4-door chart. And this provides you how to create the chart. And you should have a chart, which when we're complete should have a total of 4 doors. And then we have 4 different headings. Now, all you're going to do is you're going to create a chart, and it gives you step-by-step instructions of how to create the chart. And then for each heading, you include 2 drawings and answer all the questions for that section. All the facts should fit inside the certain folding sections, while there's 1 drawing on the front and 1 on the inside with the facts. So you see here, I've created my 4-door chart. It's called a 4-door because it has 4 doors. I write the heading, and then on the inside of the chart, I answer each one of these questions. And of course, 7 questions for door 1. Door 2 has a total of 12 questions. Door 3 has a total of 9 questions, and door 4 has a total of 13 questions. So that one's a little longer. So these are just your 3 assignments. You have these over the next couple weeks. If you have any questions, make sure to call and ask. And guys, you can easily, when you're looking at it and you need to make a comment of some sort, if you just go to the 4th period main page and you see a comment right here, you can see where I've posted the content, where I've left you messages, where I'm looking for other information. I'm answering people's questions as you ask this. This is a great way to make sure that you're keeping up with what is going on. I will be releasing another week probably next week just to make sure. Also, I will be calling everyone the next Tuesday and Wednesday of this week, making sure that I've contacted you via phone, and we'll also be counting this as a contact link as well. If you have any questions, make sure that you please, again, email me. You have my work phone number as well as my work phone, my work number that I have here at the house. So if you have any questions, just please feel free to reach out. We want to make sure that everything, there's a clear understanding. Stay safe out there, and